Hey everyone, and welcome to This is Family History. This is the first video in a series of review videos for different journaling platforms and journaling applications. As a family historian, there isn't much we wouldn't give to be able to find that old journal or a package of dusty letters so that we can put together the days of our ancestors, even if they might have seemed mundane or ordinary to them. Just knowing what their day was like and seeing it through their perspective would be a treasure. It's something that I haven't found as I look through my personal family history, but I'm still on the search and hopeful that someday I'll find something like that. I think that's part of the reason why I'm such a believer in journaling, is because I want to be able to leave some record of myself for my descendants and for my own children even, so that they can see what I was thinking and how I was going along. They have their own memories of me, but to be able to add it from my perspective seems like a gift that I can give them with ease. The first one I'm going to review in this list of journaling videos is by JRNL.com or journal.com. So let's go ahead and get started. When you come to journal.com, this is the page that you're going to see. It kind of gives you a little bit of their sell job as to what they do and why they do it. You can see the different platforms that they have it available on, and you can go down and see their reasonings and some of their features before you even get started with them. Now you can see on here that journal.com is available for your iPhone, your iPad, or for your desktop. Unfortunately, it's not available for the Android right now. I've heard that they're working on an app for the Android, but right now they don't have one. But I have heard that it was supposed to come out sometime this year, and so keep your fingers crossed and maybe start using them with your web browser that you can access from your phone or your tablet, and start being that squeaky wheel so maybe they start working on it a little bit quicker. Because I really do think that what you find at journal.com is something that you're going to enjoy regardless of what device you're using. Like a lot of the journaling platforms that are out there, they promise security and reliability. They've been around since 2014, but they've actually been around a little bit longer than that. They've only had a different name before. While they might not have been around forever in the world of digital journaling, they have a really good foundation and one that I think you can trust. You can see from the features that they have listed here, they have a lot of the things that honestly I think all journaling applications should be able to have. They should have things like tags that you can make to customize things. They have things like a timeline that will be able to show you your different journaling entries. They have things like media that you can add, and a mobile interface that you can use with your different device. They offer publishing, which most of the big ones offer too. They have some great features on here that we're going to talk about that I really do love, and then I'm going to add some of the things that I really hope that they'll be working on soon or are working on that they might get out really soon. So let's go ahead and start about my likes first. I really like the interface that they have. It's intuitive, and for my needs of sharing my thoughts and my feelings and my day-to-day life, it fits everything that I have. They seem to have everything that I wanted, and even some things that I didn't even know I wanted until I started to use them. The biggest and best thing that they have is that they're 100% free. Aside from the publishing of their books that you can order, everything else that they offer right there is free for you. You want to have multiple journals? How much is that going to be? It's free. You want to add multiple entries to your journals? Guess how much that is? Free. You want to add pictures or more than one picture to an entry? How much is that? Free. You want to sync between your different devices? That's going to be free. You want to share your journal with somebody else? How much is that? Free. Did I mention all of that's free? That is a real rare and beautiful gift that I think that they're offering. And if it were free but clunky and unresponsive or not reliable, I wouldn't even bring up the free feature. I would say they should not be free and maybe start charging to fix those features, or I might say that you get what you paid for. But here you get so much more than what you ever pay for. They aren't clunky and they aren't lacking features. They allow you to create multiple journals. You could have one, a food and fitness journal, a personal journal, a scripture journal, a family journal, an inspiration journal, a creative journal, a photo journal. They don't care what you have. And I think that is something you need to care about, because all of that is free. I like their interface. I like some of the things that you can do with their interface, and I don't have to jump through hoops to do it. I've already signed into my journal, and I'm going to open that up here in this other tab here. You can kind of see what it looks like. This is right away what I see when I log into my journal. And you can see something as simple as being able to customize how your journal looks is something that they offer. This is my background. You can see it's nice and sparkly. By coming over to my name over here and clicking on settings, I can open the settings. I can change from one of the wallpapers that they offer, or I can upload my own. They just happen to have something cute and sparkly, and that fits me perfectly. So that's what I put. Again, they have those small details that really make you feel like you are making your customized journal and not just data entry into somebody's site. When I go to my journal, I can come up here and go to one of my journals. And I like that they have right away a customizable title right here. Now, I know that might seem like a small and silly thing, but when I'm making a journal entry, I like to give it a title, and I like to be able to give it a title that's going to stand out, that I don't have to go through some backdoor or know some crazy coding language to get it to happen. It's right there. It's a feature that is there running without me having to enable anything or do anything or know any code. I like that I can come in and make an entry, and after putting my title in and writing about my day, I can go in and edit that at any time that I want to. One of the other features that I really like about this is that I can go and backdate an entry. So sometimes if I'm out late with the family, or maybe I've gone and done something, I come home exhausted, I don't have time or I don't have energy or just plain forget to write my journal entry. With journal.com, I can come in and post date it. So I can go back to another date and add an entry. I could go back to last night and create my entry today for what I did yesterday. I can even come in and change the time. I think that's a fun feature, and it allows me to catch up on my journaling that I should have done yesterday, but maybe I forgot or fell asleep or anything like that. I also like that because a lot of the times I take pictures with my phone and I put those pictures onto journal.com, but I don't like to type with my iPhone. So I will come back later on at night and put my journal entry in with those pictures so that I have my thoughts and my pictures together. And that leads me to another one of my big likes, is that I can sync between devices. If I'm out on my phone or with my iPad, when I travel a lot, I'll use my iPad instead of taking my laptop, is I can make an entry there, or I can add pictures to a day knowing that I don't want to type out an entry on my phone. I can add pictures on my phone, I can type on my iPad, but then when I'm able to, I can come back to my laptop, go in and enter or edit those entries, and it's all there. Why? Because they sync between all my devices. My app on my phone, my app on my iPad, and the web version of this all sync together. I don't have to go in and click some button. I don't have to wait for it to happen once a week. It just does it in the background. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about it. It happens, it does it, and I'm able to access my journal at any time between any device. And again, it's for free. Another thing that you can do over on that settings page is you can set it up to give you reminders. I think that's a great thing. I don't use it personally because I don't like to be told what to do, but I understand the reason why people would use it. And I can see the reason, especially if you're a new journaler, that you would need that reminder at every time before bedtime to go and do it. Or maybe you're a morning journaler and you need that reminder in the morning when you're just waking up to first thing get to that journal. Even with young kids, I can see why setting that up might be a great thing to kind of remind them once a day to check in and add to their journal. Another feature that I really like about journal.com is they have the feature to share. If I write an entry about a family event, say a birthday or a family reunion or some sort of other shared event that we've experienced, I can write my entry, I can add my pictures in that, and then I can share that with somebody else that was also there, and that they can then add to it too. So what happens is that that entry becomes not just a personal journal entry, but a shared journal entry. And in a way, it kind of becomes this group time capsule that we're able to create because we're able to see that event from all different points of views and perspectives. They can add things that they've witnessed or emotions and thoughts that they had at the time along with mine. I think that creates a really beautiful gift to share, especially if you're doing a family journal and something that you want to share with your posterity. I think that that's a great option to be able to use. Each journal that you create also has an email address so that you can email entries to yourself. Now, I personally don't really understand this feature because if I'm able to email something to myself, I usually have done that on my computer, my iPad, or my phone. So I'm not sure of an incident where I am somewhere without one of those three devices that I need to enter a journal entry and I'm going to be able to email it to myself. So I'm not totally sure about that one. I've not really used it that much. I don't know why I would use that, but it's a feature and it's there. So I guess if you have that and it was part of your contacts list, that's something you could use if you were away and not near your own devices. Another feature that I really like about journal.com is this all about me feature. This I think is really great for everybody. And at first you might look at it and think, oh, that's kind of ridiculous, but it's actually really cool because sometimes you know you should be journaling or you want to enter something in your journal, but you really can't think of anything that happened that day or nothing that didn't happen that you haven't recorded before. So this gives you an opportunity to kind of explore yourself from a different perspective. It asks you questions in these different topics, or you can just choose random questions. And so it'll ask you a question and then you can go ahead and answer that. I think that's a really fun thing for anybody who wants to journal. And especially again, if you're new to journaling, or maybe you're working with somebody who's younger that you want to get them journaling. And you know from experience that when they come home from school and you ask what happened, nothing. How was your day? Good. You want a little bit more than that in a journal entry, and journal.com offers those prompts to be able to do that. You can go in and say, I picked growing up. Pick any of these questions. What food did I dislike as a child? And then start answering it. And it's going to save that to my All About Me journal. I think that's a really fun thing. If you need more journaling prompts, you can Google journaling prompts and you'll find a gazillion of them. You can go to Pinterest and find a bunch of them there. Anything from journaling prompts to young children to journaling prompts for adults in different aspects of your life. Journaling prompts are a great thing to kind of get you going. And I like that journal.com offers those built into their platform. Okay, some things that are on my wish list. I wish that this was available to Android users. And I wish that because I think it's such a great product that Android users should be able to have it as an app without having to go through their web browser. So like I said, you can still use it if you're an Android person, but you have to go through your web browser, type in journal.com and access it that way. I really hope that they get that app available for Google Store so that people can use it on their own devices in the way that I do with my personal devices. While they do offer publishing and you can get a book done for publishing, I wish that they offered a way to export to PDF. I like the idea of being able to take my journal entries and having a little bit more control over them. Either putting them into PDF so that I can save them as a copy on my computer with the backup programs that I have in place so that I know that they're secure. Or maybe I want to print them off and stick them in a binder myself and I have a hard copy of them. I wish that that was available. And I hope that it's something that they're working on to make available because I think it's one of those things that you really do want in a journaling application. It would be nice if we're talking about Wishlist to be able to customize it even more. I do find that they're one of the most customizable journaling platforms out there, but it would be cool to be able to add different fonts to it. It would be nice to be able to bold things or italicize things without going through back doors to be able to do that. It would also be nice to be able to have bullet points or checklists so that I can add those to some of my journals. Maybe not all of my journals would use that, but it would be nice in some of those journals to be able to add that feature to it. Overall, though, I think they offer a really great product. And my wish list is pretty short because they have everything that I think that you need to not only get started with journaling, but to make this be your main digital journaling choice. I guess it'd be nice if they had other things like tracking the weather or knowing my location or a mood journal that they could click. But really, those are things that I feel like I can add myself that's part of the journaling experience, is that I can say how I'm feeling, or I can say if the weather impacted my day, or I can say where I'm at because that's part of journaling. It's a great feature if it was there. I know I would probably use it, but it's not one of those things that I feel like I'm missing if it's not there. I think the benefits far outweigh anything negative or even anything that I could wish for with journal.com. Honestly, I kind of hate making this review because I'm afraid that somebody will realize that they could be making a lot of money off of a platform like this. And currently they're not charging anything for it. A lot of what they offer, other companies charge money for you to have. If you wanted to have multiple journals, if you wanted to sync between multiple devices, if you want to have multiple entries or enter multiple pictures into an entry, you'll find that some of these other journaling apps are going to charge money for that. And even though they don't have an Android app available yet, I would still recommend this to Android users and say use the web browser and start becoming a squeaky wheel to let them know how much you do like that and you would use it in an Android app so that they can hear the urgency of Android users and get going on development for that. I really have no misgivings about using or recommending this application to people who are into digital journaling. I think that they will have everything that you need and I believe that they'll continue to add to it and to enhance it and give it those other features that it needs. They have a blog and a support system that seem to share different ideas and track different information and also tell you about what's coming up. They have a blog and they have a frequently asked questions, and their database of questions seems pretty complete. Again, it's a pretty straightforward app. There's not a lot of backdoors or secret tips and tricks that you can use to be able to make it better. It has what you need. If you do have any tips or tricks, or you have experiences with journal.com that you want to share, I'd love to hear that in the comments down below. I think we learn best when we learn from each other, so make sure to share anything that you have there. Thanks for watching, and look for my upcoming reviews of other journaling applications. If there's one that you want to see me review, go ahead and suggest that, and I'll do my best to give it a try and practice with it for a few weeks and tell you what I think about it. I'll add links below to this one and future ones. You can subscribe to my channel down below, and that way you're going to stay on top of all the information as it comes out to you. I also do reviews of other products with family history and genealogy and give some quick tutorials. So watch for those. Let me know what you think. And again, thanks for watching.